Custom woodworking is absolutely terrible for business. Let me explain why. So K-Craftsman has been an actual business for a little under 2 years now, and it's been an idea in my head for the past 4 to 5 years. And during that time, we haven't made a lot of money, haven't done a lot. And part of that's on me for not pushing myself to go out and get more clients and get more custom jobs. But part of that's also because I'd get a job, somebody'd come to me with a project, I'd give them a quote on the project, and I'd either never hear back from them, or they would just say, yeah, that's out of our budget, we can't do it. So that leaves me like, well, I can't lower my prices because that's as low as I can make it. I have to make money. This is a business. And in my experience, it's just been hit or miss as to whether or not I would get a project. And so this is not sustainable to run a full-time business. Now, I understand many people have successful custom woodworking businesses where that's all they do, and hats off to them. But their business is not scalable the way a business could be with a set product line that you sell. So that moves me into the topic of this video, and what you're seeing me make here is production style furniture. Now, what I'm working on in the shop here are some legs for these production coffee tables I'm working on. And for the past 2 months, I've kind of been changing my perspective on the way I want to run K-Craftsman as a business. So I wrote myself a 6-month business plan, 3 things to focus on, and that was social, YouTube, Instagram, stuff like that. Still custom works, but with some requirements if I do take on those jobs. And number 3, most importantly, the focus of this video is production furniture. Now, why production furniture? Why am I going to only make one thing as many times as possible and sell it as many times as possible? Well, because it's predictable. When you design a process to build something, you make jigs, machines, whatever you got to do, you design a process, and then you could start to compress that process, saving on labor time, reducing the cost of your products. You can buy material in bulk quantities, again, saving more money, and you could sell to a broader market in my case, because often I think custom businesses are more locally focused, whereas I want to sell to a larger population, so that's selling online. Now, for the production furniture, there are some requirements for each piece before it could be a product that we would sell. Number 1 is it still has to be quality. It has to be high quality and durable. It cannot be this furniture you would buy in any store that's made out of particle board, that's assembled, tiny screws, just, if you move it once, it's going to start to break in over time. It's not something that's going to last for 10, 15, 20 years. And that's the type of furniture that I make and that I want to make. I don't want to make cheap production furniture. So if it's cheap, if it's not going to last, if there's any question that quality will be compromised in the long run, we're not going to do it. Number 2 is it has to be shippable. That means generally it has to be flat packed. For this table I'm designing here, these legs are made to come off of the apron, and the apron separates from the top. So there's 6 components. You got the top, you got your apron, and you got your 4 legs. And basic assembly is you attach the 4 legs to the apron, there's 4 bolts, and you put the top on, a few screws hold the top on, and boom, it's done. Easy to assemble, super easy to assemble. And number 3 is affordable. I don't want this furniture to be astronomically expensive where nobody can afford it. I want a higher end piece of furniture that's still at a decent price. So I've designed this coffee table, and this is what I'm working on. I picked one product, I'm working on a production system, and that's what we're doing. And we're focused on one thing. I'm not trying to make, okay, I got this coffee table, but I want to make this dining room table, and I want to have chairs, and I want to make this shelf thing, and I want to make these little boxes. I've decided to just focus on one product, get it as best as possible, get the production line as quickly and as high quality as possible, down pat, done, so that we have a great product to sell. And then once that starts selling, it's like, okay, let's introduce another product. So what I have to focus on in these 6 months is developing the production process, which I'm in the middle of now. You can see here I'm working on these legs. I'm making a bunch of jigs, template routing, a jig to make the slot on the legs, a crosscut sled that's specifically designed to cut the angle of the legs that we need. All of this in order to save time on production. Number 2, after we have the tables made and ready, we're going to focus on the customer experience. That's going to be packaging, what happens when they open the package, instruction manuals, instructional videos, support, customer service, stuff like that is the customer experience. Now, I'm planning to sell this on Etsy at first. I'm not starting on my own website, and this is just my theory on it. And if you have different thoughts on it, please comment below. Let's talk about it. But I'm selling on Etsy for a few reasons. Number one is I feel that selling on Etsy, that's kind of where people might go for a more custom piece of furniture online, a handmade piece of furniture. Whereas building my own website, now we have to market and somehow drive traffic to that website. Nobody knows really about K Craftsman, so if we get it on Etsy, we start to get sales. People become aware of the brand. Then we build a website from there, and slowly my plan is to start on Etsy, build sales on Etsy, then slowly transfer that to my own website, and then build that up. And then once that's up really great, then we kind of pull out of Etsy. So I'm starting on Etsy to begin with because I have no experience in online sales, no experience in shipping or anything like that. And I think that's a good place to start, and then slowly pulling back onto my own website. So that's my plan there for selling. And then my goal for these 6 months is to sell 10 of these tables. This first production run, getting the process down, I'm making 2. I think the next run I may do 4 and then another batch of 4. And we're hoping to sell 10 of those within these 6 months. So that's the goal. Whether we make it or not, we'll see. But that's the goal. That's what we're working towards. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Just want to explain kind of my thoughts on custom woodworking versus production style woodworking. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to take on custom work again. I like building custom pieces, and if ever I come across the time to build one, I'll definitely share with you the process to build it and how I make that custom build enjoyable and as profitable as possible for myself and the business. When we do go to those things, so they're not major headaches that halfway through the project you regret, why did I take this project? It's happened to me many times of like, why did I say yes to do this? I'm not even like, it's just stressing me out to where, so, but that's for a different video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, ideas of your own, if you have your own woodworking business, what are you doing? What are you working on? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. So comment below, subscribe if you're not already here on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram. We do post some stuff on TikTok, but Instagram's kind of the main other social platform. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you, and have a great day. So yeah, we'll see you later.